Lesson number 11. Keep your mind on the main thing. This is a lot about focus. This is a lot about priorities. Let me say this. There are 26 lessons in the book. I'm going to tell you now. This is the most important lesson I've learned in my life, right here. Of all the lessons that helped me change, because lessons can't change you and principles can't change you, you have to change yourself. This is number one. If somebody said, what's the one thing that you implemented in your life that absolutely changed your life? It was this: understanding how to prioritize my life and get into my strength zone and stay where I'm supposed to stay, and to be honest with you, stay away from all the other stuff that is going to pull you away, distract you, and pull away what your purpose really is. I was working on a business degree in the early 70s. And in a business management class, I had a prof that taught the Pareto principle. The Pareto principle is an Italian economist, basically says that if you lined your priorities up correctly, if you lined them up correctly, and you had 10 things to do, but you did the top 2 things and left the other 8 undone, if just by doing the top 2 things, you get an 80% return of everything you needed. Just as if you did the bottom 8 and ignored the top 2, you'd only get a 20% return. Therefore, it's called the 20-80 principle, or the Pareto principle. The day that I heard that in that business class, that was probably in about 1970, 71. The day that I heard that in that class, you talk about putting an A, C, or T, or putting the star behind. I put it beside that, and I said, John, be a student of this principle. This will change your life. And I have become a student of it. And for the last, 35 years, 37 years, whatever, I have lived this principle and fleshed it out. Now, let me show you about how the 80-20 principle works. And in your notes, 80% of the traffic jams occur on 20% of the roads. 80% of the beer is consumed by 20% of the drinkers. 80% of the classroom participation comes from 20% of the students. 80% of the time you wear 20% of your clothes. 80% of the profits come from 20% of the customers. 80% of the problems are generated by 20% of the employees. 80% of the sales are generated by 20% of the salespeople, and 80% of all decisions can be made on 20% of the information. Stay right with me. What an eye-opener. I realized it meant that the most productive 20% of my activities were 16 times more productive than the other remaining 80%. And if I wanted to decrease the complexity of my life and increase my productivity, then I needed to focus on the top 20%. So that day, in the classroom, I realized 2 things. 1, I was doing too many things, and 2, the things I was doing were often the wrong things. What a recipe for an ineffective life. So here we go. This is right from my heart, because I know this principle really well. Number 1, I determined not to know everything. The day I realized the 20-80 principle, I said, I don't need to know everything. I need to know people who know everything, know things, but I don't need to know everything. So I quit accumulating a bunch of stuff in my life. I don't do email. I don't object you doing email. I don't do email. I don't want to be pen pals with everybody. When I do email, I'm going to be on your schedule, on your agenda, dealing with your issues, which means I'm not on my schedule with my agenda, dealing with my issues. I don't do email. You say, well, it's a high-tech age. You have to do email. I don't do email. Somebody asked me one time, said, have you written 50-plus books? I don't do email. I don't have the moment you let other people into your world, I don't mean this unkindly. You're on their agenda. Now, I understand in the business office, I understand. I'm not anti-email. Please understand where I'm coming from. I'm in a position today which is a lot different than most of you. So I'm not objecting to you email, but I'm here to tell you, if you counted the hours you spend on a computer that wastes time, I will promise you I could pack a whole bunch of stuff in your life that could give you a high return for while you're searching for something that you really, when you find it an hour and a half later, aren't going to buy anyway. Huge waste of time. The number one issue is I deal with CEOs across America right now. When they get private time with me, you know what the number one thing they want to talk about? How do I get rid of email? That's their number one issue. They go home after the day at the office, and they got 27 emails that they got to work on and answer and pen pal. I like you. Do you like me? Check this box. Reminds me of the fourth grade. I determined not to know everything. And if you have a conversation with me over lunch, you'll find out very quickly there's a whole bunch of things I don't know about. Then you're going to find out there's a whole bunch of things I don't care that I know about. Just kind of tell you the things that you know about, 90% of them aren't even productive, don't give you any kind of return, have nothing of value to you. It's just wanting to know. Just hang around, get you 3 or 4 friends. I got 3 or 4 friends that know everything. You know what I mean? They're the kinds that they call me on the phone and tell me when my book hit the bestseller list. They know before I do it. I don't have any clue how they figure these things out. But I got them, and they're just wonderful. I just say, God, you brought them in my life. They know everything. I know nothing. Thank you for friends. You know, give me, and by the way, give me the Reader's Digest version. Cut it down. You know, don't tell me how the baby was delivered. Just show me the baby, okay? I'm having fun. I'm just having fun. Number 2, I determined not to know everything first. There's a price you pay when you have to know things first. I have an assistant. She's been an assistant for me for many, many years. She's helped me and my family, for my goodness, since the 80s, for 20-plus years. She handles all my emails. She handles everything in my life. She always knows it first. She knows right now. Something good may be happening to me right now that she'll wait till I get out of this recording section to let me know. There could be something terrible that's just happened. I don't have a clue. She'll be the first to know. She'll know the best things about me. She'll know the worst things that are happening to me before I know. But I determined a long time ago, you pay a price to be the first to know. Get people around you that know it first so you can stay focused. Number 3, I determined to let someone represent me. I determined I didn't have to go to every meeting. I determined I didn't have to be in every session. I determined to get people around me that were skilled and let them go in there and pull the meetings out. I have 2 companies that are in Atlanta. I stay down here. Linda Eggers, the same gal, goes to all those meetings, goes into 2-hour meetings and comes out and gives me 1 paragraph that I need to know. I don't need to spend 2 hours there. I just need to know what the essence. Just give me the essence. Just give me what I need. I don't need to go through all that stuff. Number 4, I determined to stay with my strengths and not on my weaknesses. I just determined that in priorities, if I stay with my strengths, that's where the return was going to be. Boy, if you could prioritize your life and put your priorities and strengths together, it's amazing. Number 5, I determined to take charge of what took my time and attention. This was a real challenge for me in the beginning. Here's the question. The question is not, will my calendar be full? Aren't we all busy? How many of you have a busy schedule? Can I see your hands? See, the question is not, will my calendar be full? The question is, who fills my calendar? If I let other people fill my calendar, it'll be full of their agenda and their priorities. So I fill mine first. I fill mine with time I need to write books. I fill mine with things I need to do with people that I need to see. I learned a long time ago, the person who fills your calendar is the one who determines your time, and the one who determines your time is the one who determines your agenda, and the one who determines your agenda is the one who will determine where you go. Wow. Just an incredible principle. I really hope that can help change your life as much as it helps mine.